Hello. Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to do the yellow eye look. Basically the same look that I wore in Tuesday's video. I asked you guys if you wanted to see it and you said yeah, even though it is super simple, which is like one of my favorite things to do. I don't like to do a lot of eyeshadow, I think you guys know that. But you guys wanted to see it, so here we are. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. So to prep my face, I'm gonna start with this Drunk Elephant Lala Retro whipped cream. This guy right here. I really like these like single pump things. I can't figure out what I'm trying to say. I feel like my coffee is like worn off. So let's just work this in. I like any kind of moisturizer that absorbs quickly into the skin, but as with any moisturizer I'm using, I just kind of let it sink in for like a minute or two before I layer any other products on top of it. I'm gonna try out this CoverFX blurring primer. I haven't used like a pore minimizing primer in a really long time because I do feel like the pores on my face are a lot better because I use a lot of acids on my face that are kind of just like exfoliating it all the time. Plus I try to get a facial once a month, which I feel like really makes a difference in your skin. But I do want to see what this CoverFX blurring primer is because you know that shit used to be my jam. So we're just gonna apply a little bit of this mainly to these areas here. And then whatever left over I'm gonna hit my chin with as well as my forehead, a little bit around my nose, just kind of moving the product around. Nice. Okay. For foundation today, I'm going to use this Becca Skin Love Weightless Blur Foundation. I really like this foundation. I'm currently using it in the shade Olive, which is a little bit dark for me. It should match my neck. A lot of times I do end up mixing this with a lighter foundation because, like I said, just some days it's a little tan for me, but we're gonna make this thing work today. And then I like to use this Tarte little flat top brush to put this guy on. So this foundation is very weightless, like again the name says. So I would say the coverage on this foundation is medium, but it is buildable. So if you needed to add a little more coverage in certain areas, you could, even though it technically says medium, like when you look at it on the Becca website, to me it is kind of a full coverage foundation because you can't really see a lot of what's going on underneath the foundation. But my favorite thing about it is your skin just looks healthy when you wear it. You know, that's like my favorite type of look. I don't really love any kind of matte foundation. I like all my foundations to have like a little bit of dew to them, which this foundation has. Now, why I do love how this foundation looks, I will say that it is not a long-lasting foundation. So if you're looking for something long-lasting, this is not it. I like to wear this foundation when I know I'm just gonna have my makeup on for a few hours and I wanna have like that dewy glow. But don't think that you can just put this foundation on and then like go to Disney World or something, because girl, it is not gonna last. But that's okay because we don't really need a foundation that lasts 24 hours all the time. Unless that's what you're into, then you gotta wear your 24-hour foundation, girl. Do you. So I'm gonna do my eyebrows quickly. Yeah, right. No brow. So brows on. So for the star of the show, we're gonna use the Honey palette from ColourPop, which is basically just a monochromatic palette full of yellow eyeshadows. I almost got rid of this. I almost put this in the giveaway bin and then I was like, you know what? I'm feeling like a yellow eyeshadow. So I took it out and I'm really glad that I did because I actually really ended up loving the yellow eyeshadow. Super easy, it's gonna be great for summer. And I've actually seen a lot of yellow eyeshadow looks, probably because of this palette, but I've seen a lot. So we're only gonna use one eyeshadow in this palette, which is Sweet Spot, the brightest yellow. Basically all these are yellow, like even Buzzkill, when I know that it kind of looks like a brown, but when you use it, it definitely has more of a yellow tone to it. They have some shimmer shadows, some matte ones, but we're just gonna focus on Sweet Spot today. So when I'm using a bright color eyeshadow and I know I'm not gonna be using anything else, this is the way that I like to do it. So I'm gonna use a flat brush and I'm gonna pick up a lot of the product on our brush, like this, and then we're just gonna start on our lid and work our way up so that by the time it gets to our crease, it's gonna be like super diffused. You can do this either way. You can throw it in your crease first and pull it down, but the way that I like to do it is start on my lid, closest to my lash line, and then just work my way up. So I'm just gonna start pushing this eyeshadow onto the eye. I have no primer or anything on my eye. Like I said, I have a little bit of concealer pulled on there, but not a lot. I like to concentrate a lot of the color on my lid first. And then I'm gonna take a fluffy brush and pick up Sweet Spot and then just start working that, or not working it, just kind of buffing it out into the crease. So like I said, as it goes up, it gets softer. Just kind of softening that crease up. And that's it. That's all I did. Y'all, it's Monday and I'm so excited for 90 Day Fiancé. You guys have been telling me, okay, I know I'm like going off tangent here, but you guys have been telling me to watch 90 Day Fiancé for so long, and I don't know what took me so long in watching it, but we started watching 90 Day Fiancé the other way, like where the people are going to like other countries, and oh my god, it's so good. Even Biebs is like really into it. The one dude, he just needs to take his ass back to America, right? Like the guy that's with Evelyn that like moved to Ecuador, she don't even like it. She doesn't even like him. If you don't know what I'm talking about, start watching the show. It's really good. Bruh, it looks so neon on camera. I mean, it's bright, definitely bright in person, but it's like, when I look at the monitor, it looks like it's glowing. And you could throw a brown shadow in the crease if you wanted to, but I don't feel like it's necessary. I love me a one eyeshadow look. So for lashes, I'm gonna use these Ardell Wispies. These are my favorite daytime lashes. They are perfect because they add a lot of volume to your look, but they are on the shorter side. So you're not gonna have like a lash that's like touching your eyebrows, like, cause sometimes it's a little much in the daytime. I just like these in general because I feel like they look like your lashes, but just like amped up. So I'm gonna throw these bad boys on. They're identical to the Wispy lash, like the style. They are just on the shorter side, which is perfect for day looks or any look. You know, sometimes I don't want like a super long lash. I just want like a little extra. Always just give your lash glue a little second to dry. It's gonna save you a headache. It's gonna just stick. It's not gonna play games with you. You're not gonna have to call and cancel plans because you can't get your lash on, so just give it a second. And then I like to push everything upwards. This makes a difference so that your lash isn't hanging out like this. It's like pushed up because, you know, you put the lash on, you want people to see your lashes. So do you see the difference like that it makes when you push your lash up? Like look at this lash and look at this lash. So always push your lash up. It really will make your just lashes look so much better. So now that the eyes are done, we can move on to the rest of our face. I'm gonna use my Tarte Shape Tape to conceal and brighten a little bit, and then we'll just blend this out. I know technically that this is like a powder setting brush, but I really like it for underneath the eyes. I like the shape of it. And then to set, I'm using my Ben Nye Fair Translucent Powder, favorite under eye setting powder. For real, for real. All up in my nose. I'm gonna set the rest of my face with this Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Airbrush Skin Perfecting Powder, and I use mine in medium, even though that looks hella light. I think there's only 3 shades to this. I always have to set my face. I always have to set my face with something because if I don't, I just feel like my bronzer just doesn't go on good because it's like I'm putting powder, I'm trying to blend powder out on like a sticky wet base, and it doesn't work for me. Okay, like I be trying. I'm like, I'm not gonna set my face today, and then I go to put bronzer on and I'm like, fuck. Should have set my face. For blush, I'm gonna use this one from Covergirl, which is their which is their Peach Punch blush. And this guy is pretty pigmented, so you don't need a bunch, but I thought we could do like a peachy cheek today. So what do we have left to do? Like, okay, let me get these brows up. I'm just using a little bit of hair gel. I saw people using like Got To Be Glued on their brows, and I just think that that shit dries way too fast. I don't know, I just don't like it, but I have seen people using it, like the same stuff you glue your wig down with. I just like to brush them with the gel because it just gives them a little more texture, and they just don't look like as flat on my face, like this brow compared to this brow. So I'm gonna add a little bit of this shade here, which is Kill Buzzkill. I was reading it in the mirror. And I'm gonna add just a little bit of this to our lower lash line. It still has like that same yellow vibe to it. I just wanna add like a little definition down here. This is Oak Lip Liner from MAC. I think Oak and Strip Down are my most favorite like everyday lip liners because you can really overdraw your lips with them, but they're not like a brown, like super dark, intense lipstick. And then of course we're gonna use Creme de Nude lipstick to fill it in. And then tap it out with your finger to help blend it into the lip liner. And then to finish it off, I'm going to use Glossy Lip. This is the iluvsarahii and ColourPop collab. I really like this orangey toned gloss. And I just like these because they're like really glossy. Super glossy, girl. So here's the final look. I absolutely loved how it turned out. I am a super fan of this yellow eyeshadow and I really love this lip. Obviously, I feel like I wear it all the time, but it's just so good. It's just so good. So that is it for me, guys. I don't think I have anything else to tell you except I love you and I will see you super soon in another video. Bye, guys.